Smoke when we all celebrate success, so now we.
Hey guys, thought I'd give you an update. I know it's been a long time since the last one. I haven't been completely idle. I've just been avoiding the cold of these really crazy winter nights up here in Joburg. So basically the other weekend I went and I got myself a bush kit, and along with the selector lever. So I've replaced all the bushings, all the washers and bits and pieces on the linkages. This is actually ready to go back on the gearbox. It sits over here. So that's ready. I've kind of gotten this a little bit straighter. This was bent. It's not perfect, as you'll see. It's supposed to be level, but one of those things is very difficult to try and manipulate. So I've replaced even these plastic bushings and things like that. I've got new shifter rods or gear linkage rods. So you'll see the original ones are broken. Some of them are missing some clips. I randomly, and I don't know why, seem to have one from a 4-speed box. Not sure where this came from. I think it was added to one of my parcels at some stage. But yeah, that was done in error, I'm sure, by the guy shipping the parts. But basically everything here is ready now to go back together. So I have a bit of a conundrum, and I'll show you what the story is. So you guys might remember this boot. This goes underneath the vehicle, and the linkage shift rod goes inside this, and then this is the inspection cover. Now you'll see on the old gear lever housing, let's do it this way, versus the new one. So this is the new one here on the left. You'll see there's actually an extra piece on the new one that the old one doesn't have. So I don't know if that broke off at some point or if the old ones just didn't have it, but this boot needs this other piece to fit properly, otherwise it's just going to come off or hang loose. So I've got one of two choices. I can either remove the gear lever completely and fit that into this housing. And why do I want to do that? Well, I can't put my gear lever on. You'll see there's no the modern cities have a different way of hooking. Hello Shirley. Hooking the gear lever handle on. Whereas the old ones were threaded, the new ones aren't. I think you sort of push down and twist. I've never really worked on a very modern city. Everything's always been sort of the older cities and older Mark 1s. So I've got a bit of an issue there. I need to sort that out. So I may just unbolt here and swap this whole unit out. I would prefer to use the new one. You'll see the new one is nice and straight, but the old one has a bit of a bend in it. So that's a minor cosmetic detail, but in order to use this I need to get a die or something and cut that thread into the top. So that's a mission for another day. I'll try and get that sorted. It won't be next week. My work week next week is insane, but maybe the week after. Nash, what's up, boy? Then I wanted you to have a look at the back of this door card. So let's get the dog out the way. You'll see there's quite a lot of water damage. This is a 30-year-old door card, so I'm not really surprised. It's probably running without the protective plastic film on the back. Oh, we're trying to focus there. So I want to use the original door cards. I'm going to take them to the upholsterer, hopefully not next week, but the week after, to see if they can replace the hardboard and clean up the leather and just make them sort of look a bit more presentable. I'm not going to cut a hole for the speaker. I'm going to leave them exactly like this. The reason I'm doing that is because I don't want to damage or risk ruining original door cards. I want to kind of keep them as original as I can. So I'm going to build kick plates or something that's going to fit in the bottom of each footwell for speakers. I did manage to bring this in from the UK. This is just a foam padding that goes in here. There's a few more bits and pieces I need to import for the door handles themselves, but something that I've been struggling to find locally, you wouldn't think so, but it's been a real challenge, is the number plate light housing. So these guys are good to go. I've test fitted them. They fit perfectly onto the wiring harness. I just need to get globes and the correct screws, and that's done. That's been months of digging through scrap yards. I need to find ruined and sun-faded bits and pieces. So there were a couple of other bits and pieces in the parcel, mostly just interior screws and that sort of thing. Some washers as well. Washers are a bit silly to import, but I needed to fill the parcel. So yeah, the screws that I bought. So I have these black sun visors. This one's a little bit damaged, so I'm hoping that the upholstery place can sort of fix that up a bit. I don't know if they can, but I'll take it to them anyway. So I had the sun visors, and I do have the clips as well. At the moment I can't find them, but I didn't have the right screws. So from VW Heritage I was able to get all the correct stuff. And then yeah, we are still kind of, I bought a new TCI unit as well. I do, now I mentioned at one stage, I still need to go and check the parcel, but a friend of mine sent me a new blower unit which has, so see both of mine were cracked here if you remember from the other video. So I can't put, apart from missing the little lever, I couldn't fit it because these things had sheared off. So the guys were very rough when they were taking this out of whichever vehicles. I mean, this came out, the original car, but it came out broken. I don't think it was ever working. This I got, but it, once I started actually inspecting it, I saw this was damaged as well. So he just shipped me one that he took out bits that he needed, and he sent me what was left. And what was left was the outer housing and a few flaps and that little thing there. So I'm probably going to, between these three, make one working one. And once that's done, I can slip that into the vehicle. It goes there in the middle. That's another major thing done. I do, however, first need to clear some space on my desk. So you'll see it looks a lot better than what it has. I've been chipping away. I want to get another one of these, but maybe like a 9 drawer, a 5 or a 9 drawer. These things stack, so I can just stack it on top. I haven't put any shelves up. I've been saying I'm going to do it for ages. I'm not doing that until much later. But I just need a clearer space here so that I can actually work with those blower units on these tables. So we are slowly chipping away. And yeah, guys, I'm sorry. This car. When I started my videos for the year, I said this car will be running by sort of September, October this year. There's no way. But yeah, the other thing, I was just thinking now, I need to try and get the covers for the tailgate. You see there's 2 holes there. Now there was a local guy who was going to make up a set of these valence covers that sort of go here in the front. He's actually let me down. It's been months. I've not heard anything. He's not finished. So as an excuse, I've actually told him, please listen, give me a refund, send my money back, I'll import them from the UK. I mean, it's more expensive obviously, but at this rate I'll get them faster than the guy locally can manufacture them. So that's a bit of a pity, but there you go. It's just one of those things, unfortunately. So yeah, there is another parcel that I'm expecting. But yeah, we will get stuck in again. But yeah, I'm trying to get quick wins now. So door cards next. So once the door cards are done, I do have all 16 of the scraper clips that I need. So once I've got the door cards sorted, I can pop out each of these remaining scraper clips. I've got 16 in total of the new ones. I can then put the glass back in. I can fit the lower scrapers in. Once those are in place, I can then build the rest over here. I may need some help with that. I've never done it before. I also have the rubber that I can make this up. I might just be lazy and just import them with the next parcel and just be done with it. And I can put the I'll put those around the quarter windows, but I'm not going to put those in until the roof lining is in. So yeah, I'm trying to go for the easy quick wins. But I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. I've got some work to do now, and yeah, hopefully the next time we have a video will be a little bit further on. And yeah, who knows, these door cards and maybe the front doors might be finished. We might be ready to start trying to get the engine and stuff in next. That's really where I need to be. I was trying to put this thing together the other night, and I had a weird issue where the water pump pulley, this black wheel on the outside, was catching. Now this is fitted loose obviously, but even when I bolted everything in place, it was still not clearing this, which is weird because, you know, these are designed to work with the covers, so there should be enough space. So I'm not really sure why it's catching. I mean, I don't think I can really put a spacer or anything, or like an extra washer or something, just to step this out a few millimeters, but we'll see. I'll have to make a plan there to try and get that working, because once the engine is all together, we can put the gearbox on and we can at least fit everything in the vehicle, and that's another major project moved forward. So I might need to organize a weekend where I get some mates around and we just push on with it, and hopefully we can get this stuff all back together. So I did manage to do some work on the Land Rover last weekend. So this wheel goes inside the Tex Magna light. It's for the self-cancelling indicator mechanism. So that was fixed. I got this parcel randomly. I ordered that stuff in 2016. It only arrived in about April, May this year. But anyway, that's fixed. So you can see that. I'll put a link in the description to that video. I filmed it with my cell phone while I was working, so there's nothing too fancy. It was about a half an hour's job with 30 minutes for the super glue to dry. And yeah, so that's at least working. That's at least all sorted. So we can now push on with this until the next distraction. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Cheers for now. Hi guys, thanks so much for watching. If you want to see more and be kept up to date, please follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and subscribe to my channel. With your help, we can get this project complete and move on to the next one. Bye for now.